frequency. Now keep in mind, the core components will be diverted to the Zanuka program. Bidding begins at 3 million. Gentlemen, may our ledgers become ocean, our margins sea centauri. In the name of profit, I commit thee to the void.
Ordis wonders, why is he here? Ordis supposes everyone has to be somewhere.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. Another job well executed. Tenno, I need you to get inside enemy data vaults and retrieve crucial intelligence data. Tenno, Be on the lookout for increased security measures. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data. Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data. Alarms have been triggered. You need to retrieve that data before the data destruction is complete. They destroyed the data. This must not happen again with the next vault. The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Alarms! Data destruction is imminent. You need to hurry. Data integrity verified. Retrieval was successful. The data we retrieved will have to suffice. Get to extraction. Another job well executed.
with info. With the impossible behind you, all that remains is what is necessary. That's all from me.
I've been thinking, Operator. I thought you'd want to know.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Otis went mad for 3 milliseconds when he realized that each time he cleans something, he makes something else dirty. Ah! There I go again.
Tenno, there's a time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation. reactor is going into stasis. Now is your chance to complete this sabotage. Use whatever you can to make sure it never works again. A coolant cell has been extracted. Fuel cell reinserted. When the reactor is restarted, this will trigger a meltdown. The reactor has gone critical. Get to extraction immediately. Beware, Tenno. This ship is experiencing reduced gravity and magnetic anomalies. Mission complete. A new quest is available in your codex.
Glenty, you know the legend of Ureli, yeah? The Wave Rider?
easy way. We can't afford.
Folk like you and I get caught in the cops.
You need to cut it out or what? Might need resources.
Thank you.
Check the vent, Flinty. Just here. A paying customer's always welcome.
This card is mine.
Need quick credit to cover that sudden emergency? The Order of Profit provides fast loans to the faithful. Minimum net pay requirements apply. May vary by applicant. Other conditions may also apply. The Order of Profit may alter or does not restrict to servitude, manual labor, generation, venture, or donation lines like brain shelter, genetic experimentation, and death. Ask your Order representative for more information.
We cannot let our target know we're here. Track them down quickly. Target located. Bring them in. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. Change of plans. Ignore your original objective. Leave nothing alive.
Hey, dreamers. We are up and ready to party.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Heavy robotic signature detected. Lock and load. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. The Grineer want to poison the mighty forests of Earth to make more room for themselves. You are here to stop them. Find the toxin mixer. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. Found the first resource cache. I'm detecting 2 more faint hints. Take care when destroying the biocatalyst cartridge. It is highly explosive. Head to the poison injector now. You found a second cache. My readings indicate 1 more. Set the injector into overdrive to incinerate the toxin. We are going to destroy the injector by operating it at a dangerously high velocity. Keep the Grineer at bay until it melts down. just destroyed a massive batch of Grineer toxin. Good work. Get to extraction. Another job well executed. The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
Hello. Why did it not activate my... There it is. Stupid. Hello. Okay. Tired. It's Valkyr. Well, Valkyr. Like Valkyrie. What? You can't have my anus. It was only a matter of time, Gally. Alright, you can send me an invite now. Or unless you want me to invite you. Be right back. The food is here. Alright, I'm here. You said Phobos, Jupiter, and Ceres? Well, if you want more easier access to organ cells, you want to go to Jupiter, because Jupiter gives you access to argon crystals, or faster access to argon crystals and organ cells. Yeah, the Void and Saturn. What is that? Okay, then start with Phobos then, and then we'll head to Jupiter if you want. Yes, fuck here.
Eliminate all corpus threats.
This is Bobbin. He's like a tactician warframe. He's got access to multiple different grenades. Oh, they changed how warband works again. Interesting. It used to be that he had 4 grenades for his 2, but they just made it into 2 grenades for a hold and attack, apparently. So we have oh, they've combined these 2. Tether Flechette Orb and Vector Overdrive. You can spin faster. Go through the dots.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
You want to see something cool? You see this innocent man? Oh, okay. Not anymore. Nuclear strike, nuclear strike, nuclear strike.
Most cunning founder! With my life I protect your sacred crowns!
Broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Boopity. Yeah. Oh, good. Pick up. You get finished.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I got food, but I gotta save it for tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Another job well executed.
I don't ruin my plans. Okay. In case somebody tries to invade me, so they don't know where my armies are. You know what? I'll send it to Mason because.
What plans are?
And tell me what
if you like dropping nukes and
start my turn there.
Making black holes, kinda.
My turn there.
Oh, just take it.
Oh my goodness. He found the caravan, Jenny. He found the smell.
That is the understatement of the century.
There's somebody saying, no, what's to me? Way out there, no. This oh. Okay, the other one's dead too. Owen's siphoning money. I don't know how much he's siphoning, but you know what? No. Tens of thousands. Alex, I'll give you a cut of chips. This concerns me shit out of people like the. A cut of the
I gotta bring Ivara.
It's nothing. Okay. You're gonna have to up your rates. What do you want? Let me show that.
How many turns can I get, Charlie? 2 or 1 turn? Next turn I have a 9.
This seems like a fair cut. Listen, you got Kingman coming through your capital left and right. They won't be anymore now that I declared war on them. No, they don't know where you live. I'm gonna have to... Are you gonna renegotiate the deal?
Your mission is to break into enemy data vaults and steal any intelligence files you find.
Oh wow, it's highball. It's like a... You gonna give him a... Give you a chance.
Yeah, corpus spy missions are a bit more difficult than premium spy missions.
We've got robots inbound.
New high score! A-S-S.
Excellent work.
So this one is a bit tricky in the harder levels. There's gonna be like a laser wall right here. You can't really skip it, you just gotta run through it. That should be unlocked. Okay, that's not. Wait a minute. Is there a shortcut? Oh my god, there is! I never knew this one. Interesting. Never knew that. See, Gally, even masters use the even masters learn new things.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
That's what Bolt does. One of Bolt's abilities is he can make his team faster. Gunny does not like it.
Love Bolt.
I don't know why, but he's really slow. He's a slowpoke. I will say, Gally, if you find Mirage, these missions will be like 100 times easier.
Data extracted.
Once you unlock something in the future during your time on Warframe, it'll unlock this thing where you can put special abilities on Warframes, or you can put other Warframes abilities onto other Warframes. So, yeah, and there's this one unique ability from that terminal called Perspicacity, and it basically makes your hacking chance 100% successful. So, with Ivara, she'd be the ultimate hacking frame, or ultimate spy frame, basically. So it's not really all their abilities. It's like they balance it with one set ability from each warframe. So for instance, Mag's ability that you can take and use onto other warframes is pull.
Shall we? That's all we have time for.
Okay, Gatly. I boop you. I share screen now. Okay. Oop.
Time to bust out the gambling frame.
I was doing that earlier in Yakuza. No, the game was evil.
That's wild.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
I mean, we can type it in the chat and we can invite them.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Yeah, capture missions are the fastest mission in the game. All you gotta do is kill capture target, and once it's down, you just gotta capture it, and we just head to extraction. Here. Yeah.
Sure.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Galley,
Looks like heavy
what should I ask Google for a challenge? When it comes to Warhammer.
5 minutes at Freddy's 50-20 mode.
That's not at all something I can do. Next.
Do it. 5 minutes at Freddy's 50-50 mode.
No.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Yeah, Titania's and Volt. Yeah, Titania's, Volts, and Gausses are speedsters frames in this game. In some cases, yeah, like Gauss, like, well, they all kind of tie for the fastest. Like Titania is kind of, if you know how to handle her, she is the fastest in some cases. But once you get to those speeds, they all kind of just bump into walls. You have to
They
have
kind
the
of
good
hit the
reaction time.
physics maximum before they start having handling issues.
I don't have the control to take care of
Such a
Titania. She's just too fast for me.
Indulgence is the only law.
I can show you the speed with Bolt. Here, let me get my max speed Bolt. Hey, it's him. Oh, it's survival. Okay, I guess I can't show you then.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring Revenant. Why not? I mean, Revenant makes you to where you can't die. Effectively.
Excuse me.
Meanwhile, fall damage just gets turned on. My bones may be broken. All of them may be I mean, the pain is excruciating, but I'm still alive.
Okay, Galley. Shoot, I really want you to come up with a silly Warhammer challenge. Think of a wargame challenge that would be silly to try, and I'll try and implement
to distract the enemy. Trigger the alarm.
Suck their toes.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life
Ask
support
Google
capsules your way.
Ask Google and see what's a funny idea in your opinion. Oh, you can't just like ask your phone to do it? Damn. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, Google.
Fallen enemies will drop crucial life support. Be on the
Give me a
lookout.
list of funny Warhammer 3 challenge runs.
Every single faction the moment you get up. See, no training, just constant carnage.
Life support has
all
been
peasants
replenished.
run. Play as Bretonia and forbid yourself from recruitment. Enter the world with nothing but farmers, pitchforks, and trebuchets. Migration marathon. End in your starting province on turn 1. Random distant corner on the map and force your entire faction to relocate before building a single settlement. Pokemon Collector. Play as a faction with defeat traits, like Isabella von Karstein. Try to collect every legendary lord trait in the game on a single character. The Mercenary King. Play as an ogre kingdom and never occupy a settlement. Live entirely out of camps and survive solely on contract gold and rating. Which faction do you play it? You're looking for a challenge.
You want the Oops All Peasant run? Oh, okay. I've never played Bretonia. This is gonna be interesting.
I've delivered a life support
The galley
capsule
has
to the
spoken.
area.
The galley
Well, I
has
mean,
spoken.
no, you're right. It's just the problem comes down to now I need to find a good army to do this with.
Activated.
No, it's more of which army doesn't have too many knights to get rid of so that the army is viable in the beginning enough to run the challenge on. That's what I mean.
Where's that? No, you said you wanted a challenge.
Yeah, but if I have to delete my entire first army and I can't take any settlements initially, I'm in fucking problems.
There's actually something up there. It might be a Curia. Oh no, it's a soma cord.
Damn it. I don't know.
Get ready for a capsule.
I don't know how to do this one, that's the problem. I was wanting goofy and silly, and now I am concerned. Oh, it's okay, it's just like, I don't
be
know.
sorry. He asked for this. Carnage.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Yeah, it's very tricky. I didn't even know stuff was going up there, to be honest. Nice.
Oh, brain don't.
It's not you have to scan it. Do you have scanners in your gear slots? Yes, use those.
Life support incoming.
He's out.
Bring me to my men.
Right there.
Activated. Additional life support has arrived. The raid is off to a successful start. Extraction is available if you need it.
Fight for my amusement. No. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to pick, that's the problem. It's not just this, it's more of a... I want to do something silly, but I also... Since you're not playing with me, like I'd hope someone could play with me at some point, I can't think of funny things that I can do on my own, really. Other than try new things, because it's like, I like to try new things with other people, so that I'm learning at the same time. Because I like playing Chaos Dwarves, I do like that. I have mods that I want to try and do things with too that would be silly and hilarious, but also terrifying.
Because you're a friend, I'm going to offer you something special. Just remember, one
that we could look into more if you were, of course, playing this, obviously being the keyword in term.
Hey, resource drop chance booster. Wait, I gotta show the vault. One of my favorite things. I think you know which one I'm talking about. my favorite pasts. My favorite pasts. And the problem is I don't even use this pat. I just love it for the name. You should be very concerned, Gally. I'll use Gauss. Drumna. Drumna.
Excuse me.
Drumna, there it is. Well, too bad we're starting. See, you got gonorrhea.
Shall not be denied any.
Dang it, me.
You are not alone.
I'd like
This
you to
tower
meet
is full of
terrorists.
life forms, all corrupted by the neural sentry. Clean them out.
Terrorist.
You know what? Dang it. Neat. Because it's... damn it. You just...
Rainier should have known better than to walk into an Oregon tower unprepared. Let's clean up their mess.
On the Devil's elevator.
Damn it.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Yep, they are. Yep, I'm here.
Broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
You need that for warframes. What should I name this next Moa galley? It's not unhinged enough. That does sound enticing.
You know what? Should I ask ChatGPT about this instead of just Google AI?
If the name fit, I was gonna put when is the World War III trilogy gonna finish?
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target. Target located. Bring them in. Mission complete.
Are you
The
counting how
captain
fast
has
I do
been
this mission,
escorted to
Callie?
the extraction point. Well done.
Well, we gotta get to the end first.
We must preserve this world.
There's another organ crystal for you. No, it's up here in the extraction.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
It should be marked on your map. Unless you already picked it up.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Oh, he's an ogre. Big, fat fucking ogre. I don't have him, technically. I'm looking through all the lords that I don't have so that I can tell exactly, like, hey, don't suggest anything with these specific lords as leaders.
There's a YouTube short called "What if a whale swallowed you?" You die. Next question.
What if a whale swallowed you? One Piece is real.
The vampire cult. The true podcast. Spirits.
You can use her now to level her up, just see how she feels. I mean, you got her, might as well use her. I'll also bring my Valkyrie. So you want to focus on strength and armor. Because her fourth ability, which is her melee, focuses heavily on strength and armor. So good to start the mission. You can't drink coffee then take a nap. You underestimate my power. You were supposed to get a rush from the caffeine, not crash
Our
from it.
position has been compromised.
I hate
Defend
you!
the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
You know what? Oh, there's so many good ideas here.
Not your day, dude. Ugh.
Gally, you want to see Sonic the Hedgehog? Watch my jump. Her abilities, like I said, are more like within combat range.
You know what? Explode. Fuck it. Sorry that I'm not really good at conversation right now. It's just you guys are...
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
I just don't want to bother
Screw
you guys.
you, Mirage. No one wants you. Sorry. Your family's great. I'm sure your mother wanted you. That's why you're here.
The extraction team will take over from here. Time to evacuate.
The Mirage in the group.
I'm confused. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I immediately go to switch to Mirage.
I'm gonna play a raised challenge. The challenge is I play Dryka, the legendary lord of the Griffin Woods here, and her entire gimmick is she's going to destroy the entire world by raising it in fire, except for forests, which she'll heal.
But you can't just say raise the whole world and then just say except for fire.
No, except for
forest.
I have to say except for forest because that's part of her thing.
When you say everything, you mean everything.
No, I legitimately can't. That's the problem. I can't
find a way.
No.
My mom told me I can be whatever I wanted to be, so I became addicted to crack cocaine.
Oh.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm.
God damn, what are you, Quagmire?
Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending
It
life
burns.
support capsules your way.
Oh!
Fallen enemies will drop crucial life support.
There's a way to open
Be
that
on the
door. I
lookout.
know it. I don't know how to open it. Hello? Oh. Oh no, there's like this secret thing down here where you can unlock something. And I just don't know how to open it.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
It's like a locked door. Your guess is as good as
I've
mine.
delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
There we go. Everyone has access to the Willow now. Everything's murderously stronger. Willow.
Oh no, I'm stuck in the stairs. The galley, I'm stuck in the stairs.
Life support activated. Life support on the way.
So there's a,
Bypass activated.
they added special things, like side objectives that you can do to speed up the time for the survival mission. And you can go around searching for relics that you can insert, security bypasses that you can insert into the security system. And it doubles the time
Is now available.
like that goes by. I'm gonna sit here for 2 minutes. It's because I'm black, isn't it?
Life support incoming.
I'm gonna explode.
Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause.
I am. I did.
When you are ready, go to extraction.
Decisive fucking victory.
Additional life support has arrived.
Yeah, do it! Kill me!
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Even my Vanny video didn't do so well. What the fuck is going on?
The strength of the forest realms is governed by the Elven Council. Here, the noble lords of the...
Oh, look at your junctions. That's when you unlock all the nodes in a planet. So when you unlock all nodes in a planet, or planets, they unlock nightmare missions for that area.
All hail Kurnos.
It should be in the alerts. So there's, go to your top right. If you're on the star map. It's in alerts. There's a tab for alerts. I think it's a triangle.
You, the Asray of Ataloran, live in harmony with the great forest you call home. Yet there are those abroad who would endanger this paradise. Wield the sublime fury of nature against your foes, and protect this woodland against all the
stream. That's Kane's stream. You don't have alerts unlocked. What the hell? Click on one of those tabs. Just one of those. Any of those. How do you not have alerts? Interesting. Okay, I would say to start with completing, starting to complete all the nodes on each planet then. Do I? That is the mission for Folly. No. Where's my dog? Gally, where's my dog? If you were hungry enough to eat the size of this dog, I swear to God, Gally.
That connects the most important forest. Healing them not only strengthens
No.
the bones,
Even then, half of this dog is enough for a feast. And leftovers. The Chinese would be very happy and satisfied. No, I named it Iro.
my hand hovers close to my blade. Utter your demand.
Tenno, I need you to get inside enemy data vaults and retrieve crucial intelligence data. Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures.
You disconnected. You want me and Volt to leave? Alright, we'll pick you up after this, and we can redo the mission then if you want.
Forest is whispering.
Going okay. No, I'm just neat.
Have crippling depression. No. If I'm going in raw.
You're goof.
I pray for the other person.
rich and prosperous. Claim them for the Asray and ensure their return to nature's loving, leafy embrace.
Fuck yeah, I'm bringing Baruch. No, Baruch is another melee frame.
Thank you. That was Garnet.
You mean the Garnet of the gems? I don't know what the fuck they're called. With the morbidly obese kid.
It was the friend that was in our other chat before.
Set off the alarms and keep the infested busy.
Yeah, boopy.
Gaze upon the god of war.
What?
A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the area. Hold on. Emergency life support is inbound.
Was me? Not sure. Just me.
You left again. What the hell? Is your internet going on the fritz?
No. A sec. A lot, to be fair. Um, yeah, let me just boop. I have a lot of games. Yeah.
You have a fungus? A tungus?
The problem is the things that I want to play would be better if I had people to play them with is the problem. like Warhammer and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of yeah. That's a stream game. If I
Didn't you say you were streaming though?
No, I'm not. Not now. I said I finished streaming earlier. Yeah. Hmm. No, I was looking at something else real quick. I just I don't Yes.
Same here.
It's no one's fault. It's just I feel awkward that I have a bunch of these games that I don't get to play with anyone that I wanted to play with people, both here IRL with my friends and otherwise, and I just don't get the chance to. I'm always free is the problem. Wait, tomorrow? Um...
You don't need a simulator to do a harem, am I right, guys? Am I right?
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Yeah.
It's there. Fine.
I uninstalled it because I needed more space. don't know what to talk about. I just...
What's crawling up your pee hole? Welcome to your new and improved. Welcome to your new job at your new and improved Freddy's Fazbear's Pizza. Love you. Bye, Dad. You're already unmuted.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Very
Fuck you, Verena. Hope I hope you have a very fruitful life.
I don't remember, but I think hold on. Let me check. What?
Vagina Prime. Virginity Prime, I don't know. The pink piss missile.
Your job is to distract
Thanks, Gally,
the enemy
for
while a fellow
DM.
tunnel
I
operative leads the ship for much needed
I don't know what
supplies.
to say. It's just
Make your presence
I
known.
don't have any like particular preference
Life
on
support
what to
has been
play.
cut
I just
off. They're trying to
I don't
choke you
know.
out.
I for
Hold
some
on.
reason I don't feel in
I'm
the mood
sending
for
auxiliary
Windrose
life
particularly,
support.
but the games that I know. That's
Our operative has
maybe
just been aided by a
it's just
security bypass.
I don't know. I get in these
Fallen
gaming
enemies
moods for
will drop
specific
crucial
things,
life
and it's
support.
just
Be on the lookout.
I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I don't want to push it on people, but I was hoping maybe someone would try it. Wait, Warhammer 3 is $30 right now? I genuinely didn't know that. Oh, Warhammer isn't free. It's Warhammer 3 is... Oh yeah. I heard what you said. I was just like, yeah, it's a $60 game. Technically, you could get all 3 games for $45 bundled right now.
I've delivered a life support capsule,
which would give you access to all of the mainline game lords. No, that's fair. I was just giving you context. Yeah. I feel like this would be something where I would need to look up a video and share a video with you because I don't know how to play this game.
One shot projector.
I like talking about this stuff, but it's just more of a that's a hard question to answer.
Heddo, prepare for life support.
Well, do what anyway? Did I just show you the silly factions? That would be better for me because I personally like just showing people all the fucking factions.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Hilarious. Damn. Just fucking damn. I think this would just be funny if I just show you the Noob's Guide to Warhammer series by Cody Bonds.
Welcome to a new...
Okay, Gally, you ready?
I think you're doing it wrong, Gally.
Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause.
No, it requires your legs.
When you need it, extraction is ready.
Okay, ready, steady, move.
Welcome to a new guide to the Guide of Wanderer. This is the Guide of Wanderer. Okay, there he is. This is the Guide of Wanderer. He travels the world in search of bubblegum as his name. This gnarled proximate has spent the millennia meandering across Lustria like a twin against the North Star, punching anybody his way so hard they explode, and then probably eating because he's a walking rock. Kroxigor are one of the core species of the lizard, and like the skinks, they're the bottom-rung laborers born to a life of toil and pseudo-slavery. But apparently Kroxigors are the first spawning head of bullshit tolerance, because after his first battle, Mackay said balls to all of that and went on land, deciding to go on permanent walkabout, because there's only so many times you can tell a giant crocodile to go didgeridoo something before they didgeridoo. In Mackay's case, he was told to hold the Bridge of Stars against an invading Chaos army. And like the Viking at Stamford Bridge, he proved that numbers don't really count for much at choke points. And after 3 days of autoerotic asphyxiation, the hordes of chaos decided that maybe it was better to go be evil somewhere else, preferably far, far away from Nakai. Then, like all good action heroes, Nakai turned his back on the explosion and disappeared into the jungle, reappearing from it again only when a scrap of truly epic proportions is brewing. Sometimes the only warning an isolated Lizardman temple has of impending attack is when this absolute unit is seen sunbathing outside the walls. Naturally armored from head to toe, Nakai's body is a patchwork of scars and golden trophies. Little thank yous hammered into his thick scales by grateful skinks for saving them at the 11th hour like some sort of scaly Gandalf. But when you rock balls as big as Carnosaurs, you can only slink off into the background unnoticed so many times. And now, though he fights alone, Nakai is saddled with a flying circus of followers and hangers-on, a literal horde of would-be worshippers and sycophants, piling into their hatchbacks to shadow across country. Long enough to bathe daily in Axe body spray, which makes Nakai the Lizardmen's only horde faction. And since horde factions in Total War games have typically fared about as well as the US men's team in the World Cup, CA decided to mix it up. You'll have one main horde.
Oh, it's 8:58, almost 9.
The additional armies will steal from that one using the global recruitment tool. Think about it like the show The Walking Dead, where your other hordes, Fear the Walking Dead and Talking Dead, only exist so long as the original hype does. So it's a good thing Nakai is basically an immortal battering ram. But if you want to set a speed record for raw dogging Lustria, you can't be bothered by things like food, sleep, STDs, or building management. The defenders of the Great Plan sound like a third-rate cult, but as your personal pocket vassal faction, you just hand over any cities you conquer to them and they do the hard bits of day-to-day management. You just wander around and show up at the first of the month for your cut of cash. And you keep on rocking, and your scheme groupies following your sloppy seconds like those tiny fish that attach to the bottom sharks that I keep the name on. Each city can then be refounded to a god of the old ones, with the left one giving you bonuses to douchey Saurus warriors, the middle one boosting the greatest slam distance, and the right one injecting even more steroids into the already Chad Croxivores. But if you are already smart enough to pick the Alpha Crocodile Makai to play, it's really no contest which gods you back here. But as a hippy-dippy wandering horde faction, you can't trade with anyone, since boxes labeled somewhere on the Maxim River isn't exactly a location. That means to gain income, you'll need to loot, sack, eat, and teabag anything in your path. So I hope you bookmark the answers to the Slan puzzle boxes, because seriously, who designed these? You need Photoshop to find the answer. With yet another starting position in Lustria, you'll get sick of these things by the time you finish taking over. The number of vacant around, clearly absolutely not inhabited by ratmen, to start should be super easy. On Empire's campaign, the guy typically dies around turn 15, because he starts way across the ocean on the foggy island of Albion. Nothing says home to a crocodile like year-round fog and rain, because, you know, one time the Slan wizard Mazamundi thought it would be funny to zap Nakai across the ocean, make him fight in a battle royale to control the island, and then leave his ass there. Oh hey, look, Nakai wandered off again. I'm starting to think there's a pattern forming here. There comes a certain point when you have to accept not all who wander are lost, and they might just be avoided. If you start a Vortex campaign, though, he somehow managed to swim all the way back home again, and now your campaign objective, though, is refreshingly straightforward. Play hole here or under your home. Go deal with it. And then when you turn them into crocodile dung, do the same thing to their boss, Fuzzy Legolas. And to help you chew that suspiciously toned backside, you'll get a few new units to play with. Surprising no one, the Croxagore Lord gets new Croxagores. Except now they're sacred, which means they stole the gauntlet from Doomfist and Overwatch and then put them on both hands and banged them together so that they spark lightning. It's about impossible to describe these guys in PG-13 or less. With these sacred Crocs, you got monsters ready to charge in and put their fists so deep in the enemy, so they'll take both hands and spread those. You know what? Forget it. You use sacred Croxivores to charge in and pound the enemy until they can't take it anymore. Nakai then buffs the hell out of these guys, and is meant to make an already powerful penetrator into the John Holmes special. And with new technology that gives fear and even more stats, you can trample whatever comes your way without bothering with things like strategy. But they do tend to get kited if you're not careful, so if you need to plink from range, the new Razor Dawn hunting pack look like someone heard a vague description of a porcupine. I mean, they look cool, but they're not exactly riveting content. They're just salamanders with armor piercing. The unit everyone is excited about, though, is this behemoth, the Dread Saurian. It comes in two flavors, feral and one-man army. It's big, it has teeth, it munches things just like a carnosaur except at twice the size. The feral Dread Saurian is like someone asked an artist what's cooler than a T-Rex, and because that's impossible, they just drew a dragon. Well, Drake technically, because it doesn't have wings. That's a fandom you do not want to rile. But the non-feral Dread Saurian is where it's at. It even gets a howdah on its back. That's the word for the tiny house on the back of elephants. It comes from the Arabic word for bed carried by a camel, which comes from the American word for homeless and living out of your camel, but you don't want to admit it. Dread Saurians have all the teeth, plus some skinks with blowholes on them. Meaning you can stick these suckers in and basically let them go to town. And they don't rampage, which is the big drawback to Nakai's armies in general. Everything goes berserk and rampages. So in his campaign, it's a matter of pulling a Mike Tyson and biting as many people as possible before they stop you. I mean, it kind of blows that Nakai doesn't get any buffs to Dread Saurians, but he's meant to elevate Croxagores out of the suck, so you can't really blame him. And you know you're in a good place when giant man-eating crocodiles are your least interesting unit. I mean, they're 2-ton murder machines with a finishing move called the Death Roll. But Croxagores have always gotten the short end of the lore stick in Warhammer. I mean, they're described as oversized, dim-witted brutes. And the new Ancient Croxagore General unit is ruffling feathers online because suddenly people believe you can't just be a strong idiot and lead an army. Though somehow this doesn't apply to the likes of Lubu, Achilles, Ajax, or insert your favorite world leader here. The real problem here is that Warhammer lore is sometimes dumb, and nobody wants to admit it. And I can't really blame example, lizardmen temples are, and I kid you not, giant stone spaceship. And the lizardmen themselves are all clones who generate from a BS primordial goop matrix that they stole from the crappy Superman origin story of the 1980s, which basically means that the spawning pools of the lizardmen work like the hot tubs in the Playboy Mansion, teeming with life and overflowing with DNA. I can only guess that Games Workshop went with this because sexual lizard procreation is too graphic for delicate English sensibilities. See, lizards have not one, but 2 semi-wangs, meaning they can inflate them from inside their bodies and go from 0 to threesome in less time than it takes you to say censored. So instead, they spawn formed from magic.
Yes.
And implying otherwise will violate the Great British Firewall and threaten to throw society into such a tizzy not seen since that one time Reginald forgot to offer biscuits at tea, and I just know it's because of what Aunt Deidre said about his Timothy last week. Or maybe lizardmen are like trout and they can only breed in their own place. I don't know. This is a world where dinosaurs can teleport and chainmail bikinis count as armor. But this DLC finally makes Croxagores the feared ambush predator they were always meant to be, and Nakai himself an inhuman incarnation of the wrath of the jungle, charging out from the green death with perfect vigor for himself and his army when he gets his golden tributes. Nakai proves not only that CA doesn't hate lizardmen, but they are in fact their favorite faction and are shown disgusting amounts of favoritism. But should you play as Nakai? Well, if you're given a fresh hot apple pie, do you want to slam your face into it and go to town? If so, Nakai's your crop. Sigor. Okay, there he goes. I feel like that was my fault. That was my content. Anywho, thanks for watching, and Nakai is available as part of the Hunter and the Beast DLC for Warhammer 2, releasing on September 11th. Can somebody put a blowjack on this game?
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Okay. Yeah?
Welcome to a new sky, Scarbrand. This is Scarbrand, the exiled one, the wrathful reaper, he that never skips like day. Foremost of Khorne's servants, and quite possibly the angriest SOB in Warhammer. In this video, we'll go over Skarbrand's lore, how that's been translated to gameplay, and cover his intended playstyle in Total War Warhammer 3. Leader of the Exiles of Khorne faction in-game, as his cognomen implies, Skarbrand is no longer in the Blood God's good graces. But once upon a time, this bloodthirst was the greatest of all Khorne's demons, the Crown Prince of Slaughter. It was Skarbrand who led a host of murder against a combined army of the Chaos Gods, and won. It was Skarbrand who broke into Slaaneish's pleasure palace and pooped all over his party. It was Skarbrand who piled so many skulls before the needed a booster seat to look over them, and offered so much blood that even the Red Cross said, "All right, we need to stop." And to prove it wasn't a fluke, Skarbrand then challenged all of Khorne's other bloodthirster lords to a duel on the Infernus Plains in a 1v1000 battle. He hasn't seen the like since Oddjob chopped his way to victory in GoldenEye 64. Then just to piss on the graves of the fallen, Skarbrand went full Soul Eater and bound the spirits of the two most powerful bloodthirsters into flesh-crafted axes of infinite destruction. These axes, Slaughter and Carnage, also appear in-game as well through a quest. More each time you kill someone with them in battle, so that Skarbrand can pull his fight, elevating him to the likes of Bale, Nicholson, and Gibson when it comes to axe-wielding psychopaths. Though Skarbrand really shouldn't chalk up on those things, he's losing all his leverage. These axes here is because they weren't actually from Warhammer Fantasy. They're Warhammer 40K. The Demons of Chaos are one of the few entities that exist in both universes. Games Workshop has connected, dismissed, and retconned whether or not the two games exist in this space. One version had Warhammer Fantasy as a lone planet cut out from the rest of the 40K universe by Warpstorm, while another had the entirety of 40K kept in a glass bottle on a wizard's shelf in the Altdorf College of Magic. The endless victories go to Skarbrand's head, and it was easy for Zinch, Chaos God, since he was the best, shouldn't Skarbrand be in charge? His overstoked pride smoldered and burned until one day when the Blood God had his back turned. Skarbrand picked up a candlestick in the drawing room of the Brass Citadel and brought it down on Khorne's head. Until he called him Daddy, and then climbed to the tallest tower of the keep, just so it hurt a bit more when he tossed him out of the realms of chaos. Cursing Skarbrand as he fell with a lack of personality and an infinite supply of all-consuming rage, which is, in fact, his personality. He crashed down like a Skyrim dragon, landing face first as he gouged a canyon into the earth. That's why his face is all messed up, and his wings burned up on re-entry, and that's why he can't fly in-game. Khorne's curse and trauma to the head left him a monosyllabic monstrosity with a penchant for speaking in third person. Now Skarbrand wanders the mortal and immortal planes, a partially blind, dumb pinball wizard paying for his sins with an endless supply of blood and skulls, so that he's trapped forever in a loop of failure and betrayal that's left him the angriest character since Donald Duck. Skarbrand brings that aura of wrath with him wherever he trudges, spreading anarchy in his wake with battle effects and abilities that drive those around him berserk. You may be wondering how someone with a constant explosive disorder can lead an army. Well, he can't. His unique skills give 0 buffs to units in his command and just make it cheaper to replace the chaff that dies around this titan of terror. And that's fine, because Skarbrand is a one-demon army, with unique traits and skills that give him replenishment in territory and mid-battle, so you'll be floating around like a butterfly and stinging like a bee, with nearly every node of Skarbrand's unique skill line giving him extra weapon damage, so that when he does hit something, and trust me, he will, it's like a semi-truck to the groin. Where other Warhammer factions have overdeveloped mechanics and convoluted playstyles, Skarbrand thrives using the old 80s sales maxim of ABC. Always be shopping, because everyone, including other Khorne factions, hate you. There's no diplomacy in his campaign, you can't trade, Confederation is pointless, and sure, you could try and ally with people, but why would you want to when they have skulls you could harvest instead?
Because some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Even the cults of Khorne are automatic, springing up whenever local Khorne corruption gets high enough. I mean, it sounds like
It's true. I am that man.
Scarbrand plays like a Red Bull input. There's a brilliant twist to just a giant red-horned preacher. The scripted scenario for Warhammer 3 has everyone going to either save or exploit the dying of their guy. Except Scarbrand, who just wants off his head and then European mounted to Khorne's back wall. Scar does, in fact, is based around the pursuit of skulls. These skulls can be used for researching technologies or invoking unholy manifestations that allow all sorts of demonic settlements. Movement range, skulls, automatically raising a settlement, or spawn an army. Recognize that last one doesn't sound very useful, but it's a weak army, and Scarbrand can use it to power level. And since he gets additional movement points after winning battles, they can be used as another rung on your ladder to victory. The fastest way by far, though, of increasing skulls is just to kill. Battles, sieges, ambushes, or just off-key karaoke. Slay them any way you want to, but all add skulls and affect Scarbrand's bloodletting meter, which is that little bar down there in the corner that is an absolute pain to raise as it requires successive victories. But with its bevy of buffs and no other way to add growth to Scarbrand's settlements, you would better pop a blue pill and find a way to get that thing going. Which is another way of saying that to win as Scarbrand, you need to keep winning. But if the worst happens and you do run out of skulls, you can always use Scarbrand's Combat Trials stance, which generates experience to gain 1 skull for each unit in the army. But they will also take attrition damage, because, you know, they're killing each other. This is Combat Trials, this isn't a LARP session. You can even try to help Scarbrand get back in his boss's good graces by clicking on the Krampus button at the top of the screen and piling cranial currency at the feet of the patron god of the bottom. Will bless you with extra loot from battles, the ability to summon bloodthirsters, 2 more units in your bloodthirst, and even more movement range after you raise a settlement. That's right, Scarbrand can still move after he raises. He already gets 25% extra movement points after raising by his natural skills, and this doubles it temporarily. So whenever Scarbrand enters a region, you'll want to raise everything in it except the main settlement, as settling down costs skulls, and you don't want to waste them by decorating. Raising keeps the Khorne corruption flowing and turns the map into an ash-covered hellscape oozing blood like a Detroit suburb. Then you can move on and forget about the region
Extraction is ready.
Of life.
Unless
Because
you
every
can handle
turn,
more of
there's
the
a
enemy.
chance for raised settlements
That's
to
the
be
last of them.
automatically
Objective is
colonized
secure.
for you
Let's
by
go
supporters of Khorne. But you don't just sample raise a Scarbrand. Instead, you'll get options to take the Skull Throne, which predictably gives you skulls, or blood for the Blood God. Blood host. These mini blood host armies can't recruit new units, and so
That ain't me, I assure you.
the technology can be researched that let them spawn with more units and last even longer. And Scarbrand has a skill to attract even more with his carnal musk. Just don't get carried away with him, because he does cost upkeep, and even Scarbrand isn't
I
immune
think
to
Dread
that.
is the best though.
He's impervious to damn near everything else.
Wait, it's both that and Netherrupt, but you'll get that eventually.
Scarbrand.
Hi.
Mountain range.
Hi, Genesis.
How are you guys?
Leaves a trail across multiple planes of existence.
I am very, how should I put it? I am to that point that I'm losing my mind right now.
Same, girl.
Well,
I wish I knew
today
where my
was
line
a
was.
whole, like, dead ass today was like a whole fucking shit show. Like, they literally, she has pudding in her mouth and stuff like that. I said to her, chocolate, where did she get chocolate from? And I was like, I gave her yogurt, so I don't know if she was burping. Told my coworker, I said, yeah, she had burp yesterday. I said, yeah, she was burping a lot, so probably she upchucked it from her stomach, probably. So I told her about it. So I said, all right. So I confessed it. That morning, everybody pissed me off. And I was like, yo, like, it kind of sounded like it was directly at me. So I confessed. I said, how the one who administered man, she had yogurt. Where did she got chocolate from? And it's like, yeah, it went all over her pillow. And I'm like, where the fuck she got chocolate from? they said that she had it on their day program. I say probably. I said because she mostly has pudding in her bag, you know. And they said probably is that. I said positively yes. Like I said, because she likes her chocolate pudding in her pudding. So anyway, after that there was another shit show. Everybody is getting upset and stuff like that. And then the room was rearranged and stuff like that. Like I get it, you know.
Stay focused. There's a
I
heavy
said,
unit
listen,
approaching.
like, yeah, like, I know, like, that person was late, wants to get more hours and stuff like that. And then, you know, and I said, listen, it's not towards me. You know, I said, yeah, I understand she's sitting there, like, I get it. And I said, listen, I do something. I said, you know, let's say, for example, me and you are a team. If you do something, I gotta do something. Because it makes life a lot easier because not all in one person, you know? So I said, so where's the teamwork? I said to what's crazy about this, and I spoke to this about to my boss. I said, listen, if we're all going to work together, we all could work and succeed together. I said, if you're gonna not work and you do something that you shouldn't supposed to do, it's not just one person that fails, it's everybody fails as a whole. Because it's our responsibility to take care of our individuals. And also my boss said, well, it's so sad, it's neglect. They said, if you don't know how to do your job properly, then you should find another job. I said, first off, I know how to do my job. And basically, like, I confronted, I said, and I also brushed your teeth as well, too. And I said, if I have to brush your teeth more than once, then I'll fucking do so. They said, at least, you know, I said, yes, I brushed her teeth. I took a wet towel, cleaned her mouth, and she spat out so I took a wet towel, cleaned it, a wet little cloth, and I cleaned it off with water. And I said, yeah, so I said, so why put her to spit and then she says, well, I let her do it. I do it in the shower too. I said, you know what? I do the same thing because you want to know why? I said, because the toothpaste is very messy. And what's crazy about that, they were like, oh, you know, my coworkers like, I know it's not directed to you. I said, well, I kind of felt like it was directly at me. So yes, I was very pissed this morning. And then not only that, I heard there was a lot of shit going on with my family, my grandfather being an asshole. And I'm just like, God, when will I ever take a break? Like, damn it. Like, when would I? So it was just like a whole shit show today. So, but at least I finished all right. It was somewhat, you know, it's just, we're like a team. We're like all falling apart and not doing our part. I say no. We're supposed to work together. Where's our teamwork?
Stay focused.
You know, like that's what I'm thinking in my head. I said, if we want to work together, make it together. I said, you want an easy night?
Find extraction.
By all means, great. So yeah, I felt like I was drowning in my own shit. Like I really thought I was.
Another job.
Like a whole shit show for no reason. It's just a lot. And then, you know, and I said, no, everybody got quiet after I confessed. I said, no, I confess. If you guys think that, you know, yeah, what's up? Yeah, oh, okay. So I feel like I was like, am I doing my job properly? Like, I'm questioning myself. I'm like, am I doing my job properly? Because I know the fuck I am. Sometimes they don't see enough. Like I said, listen, I know some of you have your own opinions, but we all got to come as a group. I said, we're all here to work together. Like, yes, we are all here. And, you know, my coworker said something. She said, no, there's a point of time that I said, yeah, I relaxed for a bit. Don't get me wrong, but I got shit to do. I said, I got meds to do. I have to get my individuals ready for bed, shower, all of that, because it's responsibility. I said, everything gets done. I said, listen, if we make shit done, when we get the shit done, we all get it done together. Like, where's the teamwork in that? Like, if we're all a team, why are we falling apart? You know, I said, I'm not gonna care what he say, she say, no. And like, I get it. You see things and you say things. And she said, listen, I was mostly directly at her, but you personally, they said, me personally, I said, I do my job. I said, yes, I'm working on it. Yes, I'm trying to work not to slack around. You know, I said, yes, I want to, I said, I like to move around. I said, if there's shit that needs to get done, there is shit to get done. And, you know, I did most of my part as much as my ability as possible. Say, yes, this shit needs to get clean. Our individuals need to get ready for meds and stuff like that. So, me as a whole, like, I get it. You know, we cannot sit around. I said, if we're a team, like I said again, I said, if we're a team, just let's work together. And I said, if I see you doing something, I'm going to do something. And I'm going to look at what needs to get done. And stuff needs to get changed. Is garbage needs to get changed. Like, but half of the time, if you feel like you're sitting there and not doing anything, then what's the point? Like I am the type of person that I like to do shit myself and I want to do it right. You know, I don't depend on the other person, because if the other person's not going to do the responsibility, I take it myself. And I make sure everything is correct and by the book. Because that is me, personally.
There's a heavy unit approaching. You're
so, any questions, concerns, a wager, a cookie?
There's no telling what the captors are doing to our rescue target. You need to find the holding cell immediately.
Yeah, Annie, I was on the phone all the time. Yeah, so I kind of feel... Yeah.
Use caution. I am picking up traces of prosecutor shield auras in your vicinity.
Yes, I can make chocolate chips. Yo, I thought the cop was gonna pull me over. I said, you better motherfucking not pull me over, because we're gonna have issues. I'm in no mood of dealing with it. You told them that you had a mental disability and stuff like that? You know what I fucking did? I pulled over. I slowed down and I pulled over, and I guess somebody in front of me was speeding, and then the officer went to go catch him. I said, hey, all my shit is good, motherfucker.
You are approaching the holding area.
I was like, all my shit is correct. I said, I swear to you, and God believe me.
The execution sequence.
You know, I said, God is my say. I said, God is my witness. I'm doing fine. I'm not speeding like a pedal to the middle like a motherfucking idiot. But yes, I am 100% was pissed. Like, yes, I was like,
find our prisoner.
Yeah, my coworker, yeah, she gets on her phone a lot. Like, I get it. You want to talk conversations, you want to do TikTok and all that, but at the same time, you know, I used to do that, and I had to break out of it. I said, no, if I want to do my job properly, if you're telling me to do better, I'm gonna do it. And the more practice we get, we perfect it. And, you know, we all gonna have a staff meeting. Like, yeah, with just like, I said, I'm ready. I'm ready. So, like, yes, I get it. Like, you know, my coworker was like, who changed the freaking living room? I said, I swear it was me. I said, and they said, so who was here? I say, Carla. I said, she's the one who changed the room. They said, she did what? I was like, yeah, it was mopped, it was clean, it was swept. Yeah, I said, she moved the stuff. I was like, she did it. I mean, it looked nice, but everybody was pissed. They did not like the arrangement. And I said, okay. I said, I came in and I saw everything was moved and then everything was mopped. And I said, so yeah, she was cleaning. She was making sure everything was pizzazz, everything was organized a certain way. And they said I can show this to Stacy and stuff like that. I said, listen, if you're more than welcome to show her, I'm not gonna say shit. You know, I said I'm not gonna say shit, but I know she's trying to help. I said I understand the girl's trying to help as much as her ability, and she did a great job. Don't get me wrong, but some people prefer the old way in a certain order. So I said, well, like, yeah, I said, I'm gonna confess, tell the truth. So yeah, she organized it. She did a really neat job, and I don't mind her doing what she's supposed to do. You know, I said, and you know what? On the coffee maker, I said, I'm gonna make sure my individuals have both their coffee and their tea, because when my individuals need to go to day program, I make sure I fill the thing with water so everybody could be happy and satisfied. And I said, I swear to you, it was not me. I just had a terrible day. I feel like everything is against me. They said, Genesis, not everything is against you. I said, listen, I feel like everybody's against me and against the world. It's like I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I do to them? I'm still questioning that. Like, I understand, like, you guys are letting your frustrations out. You're more than welcome to let your frustrations out, but you need to you understand, you know, as a person, I'm going to think of a different approach, because I'm going to think, like, why you're against me? Did I do something wrong? Like, I will question that. Did I say something to upset you? You know, and I had to learn that the hard way. Like, yeah, I snapped at people a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. I used to snap at my ex. And then I cut it down. And then when I wanted to do my own thing, he wants to be controlling. He wants to know everything. He wants to be calculated and stuff like that, but managing my money. Like, yes, I have that too, but sometimes I want to have fun with my money too. Like, I didn't work for you, motherfucker. I worked for myself. So after I kicked him out of my life, I'm managing my own money. So, in all facts of reality, you know, like, yes, we get frustrated. When somebody is upset and you're dealing with, like, your own battles, you know, like, we all deal with our own battles in a particular way.
Captain Vor has
and, you know, and I see that, and I said, I kind of felt like somebody got very snippy at me, and then I said, no, I'm not gonna deal with this shit either. I said, I got snapped once, why do I need to get snapped the second time? Like, do you guys really want me to feel guilty as it is? And I confessed, and everybody stood quiet after I confessed, like, yeah, I did my job. So what is the deal? Where did that chocolate come from? It's what someone said.
I see you.
And they said, well, it didn't look like yogurt on me. And I said, then, well, I don't know where that chocolate comes from. I said, because I know positively I gave her, you know, yogurt.
Vor's mobility
so she said, could it be possibility that she upchucked it? I said, and it was true.
You know what to do.
So I don't know everybody's against me. Like, I feel, well, I don't know. I feel like everyone's against me. Like, what the heck? I'm questioning that. What did I get wrong?
Your corpse will serve us well.
Shit.
Yeah. Shoot, baby.
I'm questioning that myself.
Strength to the bring.
Did I just?
Yeah. I have an answer. No. It's just an annoying boss.
Track it down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
What were you gonna say? Oh.
Assassination.
Yeah, I
contract
just got out,
complete.
Gally Bear.
Great work, Heddo.
I drive 38 minutes.
Yeah. Nice. Who? What? She is like a time traveler warframe. Gally, that's a dumb question. They're all good. All warframes are good. You just gotta know how to build them right. That's up to you.
Ya. Le pollo. Pollo.